Ready?
All right.
All right.
I guess we're live. My little guy was banging on the door, so. But
I asked Frankie if he was ready to go live.
Welcome.
He's like, I was born ready to go live, and I was like, boom! I clicked the button. He's like, wait. I was like, too late, buddy. We're already live.
Yeah.
All right. So welcome
but my
to
kids
the
don't feel as ready.
Session with Frankie, Fihn, and his whole family.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. Exactly.
Funny stuff. Welcome everybody.
Welcome back, everybody.
Yeah, go ahead, Frankie. You're on, baby.
I was just gonna say, for those of you guys who are watching this on the regular, we appreciate you guys tuning in. We are doing our best to give the best SEO value. Between the two of us, we've been ranking websites for almost 30 years, and a few thousand websites in the way. So not that we have it all figured out, but a lot of the things you guys are hearing here are battle tested in the trenches, which means, like, you know, in Lane's case, especially since I don't formally an SEO agency, but if you don't rank websites, he don't get paid, right? So what you guys are hearing here is the magic of that. Anyways, we had something interesting today, Lane. You wanna intro it?
Yeah, sure. So today we're gonna talk about and jam on how to leverage a few AI tools for both research purposes and then also for prospecting / sales, so you can develop like sales, both lead magnets and like sales proposals for your niche, if you're in a niche, and for any niche if you're not in a niche. So yeah, we're gonna just jam on a couple of different AI tools. We're not gonna do like super deep dive, but I'll debut a few things that I have. Frankie's got a cool custom GPT that he's created. I have one that I've created, so we're both going to share our custom GPTs as a follow-up in the Facebook comments for our live session here. And then hopefully you guys just get a little value out of watching us both kind of just do how we both kind of approach using AI to do keyword research, entity research, competitor research, what have you. Sound good? Frankie, anything else?
Dude, I'm down. And can I just preface by saying, like the tools that they're using, and I'm sure it's the same for you, Lane. We used to do all of this research manually, and I had like and stuff and trained processes, and it took me like anywhere from like 8 hours to a couple of days to do what we can do now in 30 seconds. So like, you guys, I think, are going to be pretty blown away with what's possible here.
Yeah. I mean, I've been using, as SEMrush, keywords everywhere, Search Atlas, and some other tools in the past, Ahrefs, to do my keyword research. I mainly use keywords everywhere and AI now for all of my research. I've gotten rid of SEMrush, and the amount of money, it's a vast savings. Number one, AI is way cheaper for the research component than paying a tool like SEMrush. I get phenomenal data intelligence from using these platforms. So there's no right or wrong. You also open up Claude. There's no right or wrong here in terms of which platform to use. They all have kind of their own strengths. I am starting to lean a lot more into Gemini for my keyword, entity research, competitor research. You're getting obviously all of Google's search intelligence in Gemini, and that is a fact too, by the way. So all of their data intelligence from search is inside the LLM, Gemini's LLM, and so I'm getting data from Gemini that's directly from like Google's data, which I love. So before I dive into any one of these, I like to use Claude for content. I also like to use Claude for calculator. I just developed a really, really cool calculator using Claude. And I developed like an SEO and a PPC ROI calculator using Claude, and then it gives me the code, and now it's embedded, in a site. So I like Claude for that. Here's my custom GPT. Here's Frankie's custom GPT. Oh, you got version 2.0.
Yeah.
What's version 2.0?
Well, so I realized, like, so I built this to share for people, and I realized that although this like, so for those of you guys who've never seen this tool, what it does is it basically analyzes like all the like pain points and the things your market really wants, and it lays it to you in a step by step. But I realized a lot of people didn't know how to use that, so it's now designed to take that information and ask you where you intend to use it. So for example, if you write Facebook ads, it'll help you write social media posts, it'll help you write website copy. And I find a lot of people, like, for example, when they write website copy, they think their website is supposed to be about you, and it's really supposed to be about the fears, frustrations, pains, goals, outcomes of your market, with just enough to explain how you help them do that. But it's really more about them than it is about you. And so it's designed to then take that further and put it in a way where you can go use it now. So it's like designed to, like, if you want to, it'll write your website copy, for example.
So how is it?
By the way, we've tested this on. I've got like some paid ad funnels we're using this on right now. So like, I'm not like just saying like this shit works in real time, by the way.
Okay, cool. I like this in their words. Where'd you get that from? Or is that just kind of going and doing research?
Yeah, so it's you know, like ChatGPT has a vast database of all of it. So like, you know, I learned this from a mentor, like, you know, like we've talked about this before, but everything is really like, before I use ChatGPT, I start with a manual process. I start with what's like just working manually. And so I went through and I was like, in order to like kind of paint a picture, if we could go to the top, I'll kind of just like lay it out real quick for you guys. So you put in spa owners, is that what I saw?
Med spa, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So med spa owners. So the first thing is like, they're not buying their way into your solution. They're buying their way out of their problems. And most agencies can't tell me what problems it solves. So I wanted to make it really, really simple, and it's pre-programmed. And what I realized through a lot of years of doing this is that the problems are really the same in every market, but they just have like a different like flavor and specificity. So like almost everybody, for example, one of the common problems is when they don't have work for their team. And the reason that's a problem is because when teams have work, they make money. And when teams don't have work, they cost you money. And so for a med spa, that may be different than, say, an attorney may be looking for his work for his paralegal. A med spa may be looking for, I don't know if it's like a nurse or whatever in a med spa, and a construction worker is looking for work for his crew of guys. And so it's designed to like kind of like go into the different flavors of it and the specifics of your market. But it's really designed to show them the problems they have, what they're doing now, what they don't like about their current methodologies. And honestly, like 80% of the sale is just knowing those things better than they know them. If you can speak to their problems and their challenges and what they've been doing to arrive at that point, and then explain your new and better way, like you're most of the way to a sale just from that.
Yep. So this is really good. So this, this is gonna be a value add that everyone's, gonna get here from getting Frankie's market research bot version 2.0. These are really good things. So you can, these are all really great insights that you can use in your marketing if you were an agency, right? To then attract med spas if this was your niche, because you're getting their current pain points, their problems, their current processes that they typically have.
What they don't like about it.
Unasked questions. How cool is that? Competitors
that concern.
Go ahead, Frankie.
What they most want to sell. So like, just sometimes that tweak alone will make your service more desirable. So they're looking for packages, for example. So if you run an ad, by the way, that says I do SEO, you're not going to get any sales in general. If you say, hey, we figured out how to use SEO to sell body sculpting packages and laser resurfacing, you're probably going to have, 100 times the response.
Yeah. So they put in here, I saw this, like everyone just wants Botox, nothing else. The med spas get flooded with low margin one-time services, while high ticket treatments like RF microneedling, body sculpting, or PDO threads go unsold. So, what this tells me is, hey, we can use SEO, leverage SEO to get you high ticket patients like for RF microneedling and body sculpting, right? That's a way better attractive versus saying, hey, we do SEO. Do you need it? Your Google listing's not ranking very well, right? Like, speak their language, speak to their pain point. And that's exactly what really our job as agencies is to do for them, is to help them, because they don't really. So here's an example. I had this conversation with another agency owner. And actually did the same conversation twice. One with a practice owner who's a friend of mine, and another one with an agency who's in the functional medicine arena. And the chiropractor friend of mine was was asking me why I'm not getting a lot of conversions off of my traffic. And I went to his website, and his website is all about the treatments he provides, with pictures of the treatments he provides. And I told him, I was like, this is really kind of easy fix, because all of your messaging and all of your imaging is focused on what you provide instead of the problems you solve. And I said, when a user goes to search, they don't go to search for a red light therapy. Like, they go to search like for relief from their sciatica pain. And then the red light therapy is something that will help, then okay. But they want relief from their pain. They don't want necessarily red light therapy. Just like a med spa doesn't want SEO necessarily. They want relief from their pain, which is, everyone just wants the low ticket Botox and nothing else, right? So we have to speak, and that's really the key in SEO in terms of ranking as well, is really getting.
Can you just do something a little fun, Lane? Can you scroll to the bottom and just ask it to like write some website copy based on this? Because it's got a framework that is programmed with it. Because I'll tell you, like most agency owners, if they tried to make a website, it would just say, hey, we do we do SEO, like you said, more leads, more sales, more customers, more patients, more. Yeah, it's designed to ask a few questions about your service to kind of connect the dots a little bit. It's pretty gnarly, just so you guys know. Like, this is what we used to do manually for. It would take me a week to get to the point of being able to write website copy after all the research. And now, like, the fact that we can click a button and do this is pretty incredible to me. I would put visibility in those procedures. They wanted the RL, whatever, the body sculpting, and what was the other one? The needling.
Say again now.
If you could put the specifics on, just like, remember it said like RF needling and body sculpting. If you could put that in there, it'll come out like super good.
RF microneedling, right?
That was it.
Okay.
I would just say no Botox, since that's everything they're selling. No one-time Botox.
Okay.
Now we wait a second. So it's designed to create a couple of social media posts. It'll create a Facebook ad, and it'll write a website using kind of a framework I've used for a lot of years. So this is designed, like, usually before I put an offer out there, I like to test with a little social media post to see if people would be interested in it. And a lot of times what I'm testing is what problem they're trying to solve. Like the same solution can sometimes be pinned around 8 different problems that show up in their reality. Hey, I'm only getting Botox, people. Hey, I'm making money, but I'm not paying myself as an owner. Like those are different problems for the med spa owner, even though your solution won't change in either scenario.
This is great.
Like, it's designed to create.
Yeah, this is like great ad copy, right? Great social media, copy if you're trying to go out. If you're a med spa owner sick of tire kickers who ghost after free consults, we can help you attract serious, high intent clients from search engines. No cold DMs, no Groupon discounts needed. Boom, right? Yep. If you're a med spa owner feeling,
and I like to test the small version before I build it.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I like to test the small version before I build a funnel and I run some ads and things like that, because if they won't raise their hand for it, they won't buy it later on a website.
This is really good. Really good.
Yeah.
Good.
So like, if you just scroll up just to the headline, most SEO agencies will say, welcome to SEO agency website, or your SEO, whatever. And this is really about them. It says, finally, real med spa marketing that attracts high value clients, not just Botox bargain hunters. Right. And they're experiencing Botox bargain hunters. So like immediately like that goes, hey, that's me.
Mm-hmm. Yep, really good. Okay, so here's, I had versus Frankie. This is more just really narrow on SEO research. I didn't put in a business here, but this is more like, hey, you have a prospect. Let's do the research, right? So you can put in their name, or if you have an existing client, you can do this as well. And then it'll go and do a deep dive on their, I put number, let me see, option 2 here. There we go. Versus, so you can do the option 2, which is just more general market industry analysis, and it'll do that too, which is what it's going to do right now. So I'll let that run. Gemini, here's my prompt. I want you to help me do a deep dive into the med spa industry. We're going to use this intelligence to develop a 12-month marketing strategy for med spas, blah, blah, blah. So more insights like what Frankie got from his custom GPT, med spa owners, what is their, what's the avatar look like? Typical pain points: attracting new clients, building brand awareness, effective digital marketing, measuring ROI, managing their reputation, content creation, budget constraint, time management, keep up trends, hot buttons, insider secrets.
Yeah. And by the way, something just to add to this, Lane, the biggest, and by the way, for some reason your camera shut off for a second. One of the biggest reasons clients hesitate from hiring you, and I hear this a lot from beginning people, is they think, oh, because I don't have case studies. And people don't understand why they're asking you for case studies and proof and things like that in the first place. And almost always it's because it's not really clear what you're going to do after they say yes. And so what this does is it makes a real tangible, I'm going to get this done kind of plan. And when they can see a plan, they buy in. I was thinking about it, like I hire a lot of contractors in Mexico because these are computer hands, not working hands. Like I don't have fixed shit. And one of the worst things a contractor can do is give me no sense of they have a plan. So like, say, for example, I'm trying to build a deck and I go to the guy and I say like, hey, Jose, can you build me a deck? And he goes, yep, I can build you a deck. And I go like, have you built decks before? Can you give me the names of people? And that's very different than if he comes to me and says, hey, yeah, let me tell you what we're going to do here, Frankie. What we're going to do is the first thing I got to do is I got to measure all this out, make sure we're on the same page about the size and the look of it like that. And if you give me the thumbs up, I got one of my workers down at Home Depot, and what he'll do is the price of lumber, I believe, has a sale right now. So I'll get you an exact quote. Usually we buy like 10% extra material, just so we got a little bit extra. We can return anything we don't use. But what I plan to do is, if you give me the thumbs up on the price, I'll go ahead and build in the frame first thing. And then when the frame's in place, then we'll put the final pieces, and we'll sand it, we'll finish it, and we'll stain it, and you won't be able to walk on it for a day or two. But at the end of that, you'll be able to have your backyard barbecues in like 3 to 4 days from now, and you're gonna have a beautiful looking deck that's gonna last you a long time. Would you like to get started? Suddenly, I don't ask for case studies. I don't ask for testimonials, because it's clear what's going to actually get done. And he's demonstrating to me that he has a plan. And so what you're doing here really in proposal form is showing them, I have a plan. I know what needs to be done. This is the schedule. This is what we're going to do. And the moment that ambiguity is gone and people can see sort of a way forward, suddenly it's just credit cards instead of questions and objections and prove yourself to me. And they don't honestly really care whether you've done this once, 1,000 times, 10,000 times. They just really want to know, like, is it going to work for me? And do you know what you're doing for me? Like, I don't really care how many decks they've built before. I just want to know, can you build mine? Exactly. And so when you lay all this out like you've done and show them, like, I have a systematic process for you that we're going to follow, all of a sudden, like, it's like just credit cards. And the fact that you can do this in like 30 seconds is pretty gnarly to me.
Yeah. It's AI is just such it's such a massive, and like I call it, it's the quantum leap forward, in terms of what it can do now. So I'm just gonna, we're running out of time here, but you can see Gemini is giving me broad keywords, location keywords, service specific keywords, and I mean, it's doing the work in the background, but let's see if it's got any update for us here. I'm asking for entities and key findings. So now it's going in the entity. So this will just keep going, and Gemini actually just works in the background, and also that is also like Manus. So let me show you Manus, because Frankie, have you tried Manus yet?
A little bit. I've been playing with it. We're building a software in the crypto space just for internal use, and I'm trying to get Manus to build it. So yeah, I played it a little bit.
Yeah, Manus is ridiculous. Like I'm using it more and more. It does such deep research, and it has all the tasks that you can actually see. Like, here's all the work it was doing. So I started out, with this, kind of prompt, pretty, complex prompt or comprehensive prompt. And so then it just what starts doing, like, here's the, blah, 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 it's beginning. It just starts going out, and it just starts doing all of this work, right? And all of this work would be work that I, or Frankie we were talking about, used to have to do manually. Now, even that manual work was still amazing, because we would go and we were tapping into just loads and loads of information and data at our fingertips, made available to us by the World Wide Web and the internet. But now it's just doing all of this work. Like, this would take me, hours, literally to go and find this stuff, then go and research, compile it, copy, paste, and start building my own database and, of all this stuff. Right. And so,
yeah. Can I just add, by the way, that what you're doing to me is, like, I really want to emphasize that AI is awesome, but you started with a manual process that was working and then use AI to speed it up. What a lot of people, when they say AI is garbage and it doesn't work and junk, is they're just trying to automate something that's never worked before. So I think you got to do it one time by hand is kind of the point of it.
Yeah, for sure. I'm anxious to see what this actually produced. Because what I told it to do was, I said, I want you to create both a strategy for the agency who's going after med spas, and I want you to create a strategy, a comprehensive digital marketing strategy for the med spas. And so, for instance, this is one lead magnet that was created using all this research. And this will just be like a lead magnet that can be used to attract med spas. So, med spa owners, attention med spa owners, would you like a comprehensive strategy, SEO strategy report for 2025, specifically for the med spa industry? Sure.
Yeah.
You know, right. So all this was put together by AI, and you can see over here, you know, we've got industry overview, current state, competitive landscape, key content gaps, keyword strategy, primary, secondary keywords, keyword groupings, entities, entity relationships, a 12-month topical content map, overview, content form. I mean, look at the how appropriate, you know, these, like the topical it's following the seasons and, you know, the holidays, and so it's got a whole 12-month topical content map, content formats, sample blog articles, technical SEO recommendations. Like this is ridiculous, right? And this is a phenomenal lead magnet, you know. And then, like Frankie was just saying, you give this, you know, to a med spa, they're going to be like, this is freaking awesome. They're not going to want to go do this themselves. They're not going to have anybody who could take this on staff, who could take this and actually go implement this. So like Frankie said, it's just not, there's not going to be much question after. It's just going to be a credit card. Like how much will it take to implement this for us?
Yeah,
right. That's
exactly.
Right. So this was put
Can
together.
I just reiterate that point you just said, that like everybody has this fear they're going to go steal it and do it themselves, and they're med spa owners. They don't want to be marketers. They don't want to do this shit. They just want to know that you know what needs to be done.
This is an instant credibility. It's like writing a book in the industry. Like it's instant credibility, like an instant trust builder. And, you know, like Frankie just said, they're just going to ask you how much will it take to implement this for us, right?
Yeah.
Manus just gave me this draft here. Let's see if I can open it up in Word or if I need to. So taking an agency and going, all right, you're the expert, right? This is what Manus put out as an initial draft. So this is the agency strategy to attract med spas, right? And then let's see if it gave us a strategy for. No, okay, this is just a strategy for the agency to attract, like a marketing strategy for the agency. And then let's see here. Okay, here it is. So med spa owners playbook. Look at that.
Yeah.
Med spa owners playbook, digital marketing success. Go ahead.
Because a lot of you guys do cold outreach. There's a huge difference between, hey, you don't know me, but you want to jump on a call so I can try and sell you some shit, versus, hey, we wrote the leading industry report of what's working for med spas. Would you like a copy?
The med spa owner's playbook for digital marketing success, right? So you can make this into a little ebook, put some like graphic design into it, and boom, you've got a phenomenal lead magnet. That, you know, on top of the one that I just showed you, which is also the SEO, like the whole SEO strategy here. But, you know, this is an alternate one. And again, the whole point here, guys, is not to go into this deep dive and what all this is, you know, in terms of the specifics of, you know, these things, but to show you how to leverage AI to both do your research in your agency niche, and then convert that research literally into strategies for implementation. Use those strategies for a lead magnet to attract your target, your ICP, your ideal client profile, and then implement the strategy for them. And you're using AI to basically do all the research and all the heavy lifting and putting all this together, right? Frankie, we got to kind of close it out. Anything you want to close with?
No, just that we appreciate you guys watching us show off our tools, because this is pretty gnarly stuff for you guys to be able to create like value adds for clients and proposals and stuff like that with a click of a button, because that used to be the bane of my existence for like the first 5 years, was making all this info.
I mean, I'm better. Like 100% AI has made me and our team better. You know, like I didn't want to take the time before to put stuff like that together. Like I put together more simple lead mag or whatever, but yeah, a lot of the manual process, the heavy lifting is now being done by AI. Use it, leverage it. It will help advance your agency. And it'll make you look like a rock star to, your ideal clients in your agency niche.
Yeah. Amen to that.
Well,
cool, guys. It sounds like we got a jet here, but we appreciate you guys tuning in and watching these things.
We will drop our custom GPT link for everybody as well.
Can we shock lane train before we go?
Can we what?
A shocker? You never done the old 2 in the pink, 1 in the right?
No. All right, everyone. Have a great day. Frankie, my brother, love you, buddy.
See you guys.
Peace out.